What's going on, guys? Noah Sanford here, coming at you guys with a Thursday fishing report as usual, just like every week. Before we jump into this week's video though, I wanted to let all you guys know that we just dropped a brand new line of merchandise. You can check it out in the description below. We just dropped a whole wave of hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of good stuff. So check out in the description below if you guys want any Las Vegas sport fishing swag. We'd really appreciate the support, and you guys would rock a cool new hat, sweatshirt, shirt, whatever you want. So make sure to check it out. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the Thursday fishing report as usual. We're gonna start off with wind conditions for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the wind conditions actually look really, really great if you like fishing on calm days, guys. Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all gonna be nice and flat. I think the worst of the three is gonna be Friday with a constant of like 5 to 8 in the afternoon with gusts up to 13 or 14, but literally all 3 days are probably gonna be, for the most part, pretty dang flat. So great for you guys who are in kayaks, great for you guys who are gonna be shore fishermen, guys in smaller boats. Really gonna be really nice weather. The one downside of that though, it's going to be hot. Talking about temperatures, all 3 days are going to be 100 degrees plus by only 8 or 9 o'clock. So make sure if you're going out there, ideally get out in the morning time. If you can't get out in the morning time and you can only go midday or afternoon, make sure you're drinking a lot of water, staying cool, staying covered up as best you can. Let's go ahead and talk about water temps. So with this warm weather, we're gonna get warm water temps, right guys? This last week, I've been seeing water temps in the high 70s. I've even seen it 80 to 81 in the backs of some of these shallower, more calm coves. So what does that tell me? It's topwater time. These fish are active, they're hungry. We're finally starting to see those 20, 25, even 30 fish days out here when we're lucky. And that's because the metabolism of these fish are up. They're up shallow early in the morning, and then once that sun pulls up, they're gonna pull off into that deeper water in those shady areas. So that's gonna bring me into my next point, where you're gonna be catching these bass right now. So typically what I've been doing on my early morning guided trips is getting out there at about 5 o'clock in the morning or so. So that way, once we're at our first spot, we're fishing just as we're kind of starting to get that sun coming up a little bit and we're a little bit past gray light. I don't really love running in pitch black. I know there's some guys who will go out there super early and drive to their first spot in the dark. I'm not a fan of it, especially when I'm responsible for other people's lives on my boat. But if that's what you want to do, make sure you know where you're at, you got good lighting, or you've got a good GPS, and drive slow. But basically what I've been doing, taking off right before that sun is gonna come up. So like 5:15, where we're just getting a little bit of light, but it's safe enough to see. So that way, when we're to our first spot, we still have a good 30, 40, sometimes even an hour of topwater time. So like I said, that's what I'm gonna be doing right now, guys. The first 45 minutes to an hour of the morning, I'm gonna be throwing topwater in the backs of shallower coves. So recently, I've actually seen a lot of the smallmouth, a few largemouth, but primarily the smallmouth we've been catching, spit up not only crawdads, but shad. So that's telling me that these bass have gone from primarily looking for crawdads and stuff in the bottom, like they traditionally do in the post-spawn, to now they're up shallow, feeding on shad as well. So in the morning time, I've been throwing a lot of poppers, spooks. I've even tried a buzz bait recently, got a bite or two on that. So it goes to show you that anything that's gonna look like a shad imitating lure up on the surface in the morning is probably gonna get bit. A lot of guys think you have to stop throwing topwater once the sun gets up. That's actually not the case out here on Lake Mead. It might be on some fisheries, but recently I've actually gotten some topwater bites in the middle of the morning as well. I had one of my customers get a topwater bite at like 9 o'clock the other day because I was retying one of their rods, and he just picked up a popper for like 2 casts and caught like a 2-pounder on it. So if you want to really go out there and hone in on your topwater skills, give it a shot all morning. But what I've been doing specifically is throwing that topwater early in the morning, and then come 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending on what time the sun is coming up, I'm gonna pull off into the main lake coves and the main lake points and that kind of stuff, fishing like 20 to 30 foot of water. So that's really where I've been keying in on these bass once that sun comes up and they pull off into that deeper water. So I'm either gonna go out into that 20, 30 foot range, throw all my regular stuff, drop shot, Ned rig, jigs, whatever is your confidence bait, go out there and throw it. You're probably gonna get a bite. And then what I've also been doing, if you're not gonna be fishing the 20 to 30 foot stuff, once that sun is up and warm, find the shade lines, guys. I can't emphasize that enough. I don't care if you have an entire cove that looks totally dead and there's one bush or one little boulder or something that's providing this much shade. odds are on Lake Mead, there's gonna be a bass in that shade. So don't overlook those little shady areas and those little shade pockets as well as you're fishing this weekend. Hopefully that gives you guys a good overview of what to look for. I apologize for the low amount of uploads recently. I've been pretty hammered with my guided trips and a lot of other things going on right now, so I haven't had a lot of time to push out content for you guys. We're starting to see some breaks in the schedule soon though, so hopefully that means more videos coming very soon. Appreciate you guys always watching. My name is Noah Sanford. We'll see you guys out on the water.